Surge protection is a code requirement on video Coax entering a building in some jurisdictions. Article 820.115 of NFPA 70, the National Electrical Code, requires surge protection devices, or SPDs, for coaxial cables entering from outside the building where the cables are exposed to lightning or transient voltage surges, and where the cables are used for transmission of video signals. Section 22.54 of UL 60950.1 regarding the safety of information technology equipment requires SPD on coax cables entering the building enclosure if they are exposed to lightning surges. Coaxial cables are susceptible to electrical surges from lightning strikes, power line transients, and other sources. Surges can damage sensitive video equipment and disrupt signal transmission. Surge protection devices divert excess voltage to ground, protecting the equipment and ensuring reliable video transmission. There are different types of surge protection devices. Firstly, AC SPDs, which are designed for alternating current power lines. They do not directly protect coaxial cables but can provide some level of protection by diverting surges away from the building's electrical system. Secondly, coaxial SPD are specifically designed for coaxial cables. They are typically installed at the point of entry into the building. Installation requirements are as follows. SPD should be installed as close as possible to the point where the coax cable enters the building. They should be properly grounded to a suitable grounding rod. Follow the manufacturer's instructions for installation and maintenance. In conclusion, surge protection is a code requirement for video coax entering a building in certain jurisdictions. It is recommended to check local electrical codes and industry standards for specific requirements. Installing surge protection devices helps protect video equipment and ensures reliable signal transmission. Consider alternating current SPD, though designed for alternating current power lines, provides some protection by diverting surges away from the building's electrical system. Keep in mind coaxial SPD are specifically designed for coaxial cables and are typically installed at the point where the cable enters the building. Ensure surge protection devices are installed as close as possible to the point where the coaxial cable enters the building. Ground the devices properly to a suitable grounding rod following the manufacturer's instructions for installation and maintenance. Always refer to local electrical codes and industry standards for specific requirements in your jurisdiction regarding surge protection for video coaxial cables. Remember that proper installation and grounding are crucial for the effectiveness of surge protection devices. Ensure that the grounding rod used is suitable for the soil conditions and meets the requirements of the local electrical code. Consider using a licensed electrician to install surge protection devices to ensure they are installed correctly and safely. Regular maintenance of surge protection devices is essential to ensure their continued effectiveness. Inspect the devices periodically for any signs of damage or wear and replace them as needed. Look for surge protection devices that are UL listed or certified by other recognized testing laboratories to ensure they meet industry safety standards. Choose surge protection devices with a surge current rating that is appropriate for the expected surge levels in your area. The surge current rating indicates the maximum amount of current the device can safely handle during a surge event. Ensure that the surge protection devices are compatible with the impedance of the coaxial cable being used. Using incompatible devices can degrade the signal quality and reduce the effectiveness of the surge protection. When selecting surge protection devices, consider the voltage protection rating or volts protection rating, which indicates the maximum voltage that the device will allow to pass through to the protected equipment. Choose a device with a volts protection rating that is appropriate for the sensitivity of the video equipment being protected. Install surge protection devices on all coaxial cables entering the building, including those used for security cameras, cable television, and satellite television. Consider using a whole-house surge protection device in addition to coaxial surge protection devices to provide comprehensive surge protection for all electrical and electronic equipment in the building. When installing surge protection devices, ensure that they are properly connected to the building's grounding system. This is essential for diverting surge current away from the protected equipment and safely to ground. Use a grounding conductor of the appropriate size and material to ensure a low impedance path to ground. Consult with a qualified electrician or electrical engineer to determine the appropriate grounding requirements for your building. Regularly test the surge protection devices to ensure that they are functioning properly. Use a surge protection tester to verify that the devices are able to divert surge current to ground. Replace any devices that fail the test. Keep records of all surge protection devices installed in the building, including the date of installation, model number, and surge current rating. This information will be helpful for future maintenance and replacement. Consider using surge protection devices with diagnostic features such as LED indicators or audible alarms to provide an indication of the device's status. These features can help you quickly identify any devices that have failed or are in need of replacement. When selecting surge protection devices, consider the environmental conditions in which they will be installed. Choose devices that are rated for the appropriate temperature, humidity, and other environmental factors. Install surge protection devices in a location where they are easily accessible for maintenance and testing. Avoid installing them in areas that are difficult to reach or that are exposed to excessive moisture or dirt. Use surge protection devices that are designed to be easily replaceable. This will make it easier to replace the devices when they reach the end of their service life. Consider using surge protection devices with a warranty to provide additional protection against defects or failures. Read the warranty carefully to understand the terms and conditions. When installing surge protection devices, follow all applicable electrical codes and safety regulations. This will help ensure that the devices are installed safely and effectively. Consult with a qualified electrician or electrical engineer if you have any questions or concerns about surge protection. They can help you select the appropriate devices and install them correctly. Remember that surge protection is an important part of protecting your video equipment and ensuring reliable signal transmission. By following these tips, you can help ensure that your equipment is protected from damaging surges. Consider the specific requirements of your video equipment when selecting surge protection devices. Some equipment may be more sensitive to surges than others and may require more robust protection. Install surge protection devices on all power cords and data cables connected to your video equipment, in addition to the coaxial cables. This will provide comprehensive protection against surges entering the equipment through any path. When installing surge protection devices, ensure that they are properly labeled so that they can be easily identified. This will help prevent accidental removal or disconnection of the devices. Consider using surge protection devices with remote monitoring capabilities. These devices can send alerts when a surge event occurs, allowing you to quickly respond and assess any potential damage. When selecting surge protection devices, consider the reputation of the manufacturer. Choose devices from reputable manufacturers with a proven track record of producing high-quality, reliable product. Consider using surge protection devices that are designed to be used in conjunction with a backup power supply, such as a UPS. This can provide additional protection against power outages and voltage fluctuations. When installing surge protection devices, ensure that they are properly secured to prevent them from being accidentally dislodged or damaged. Use appropriate mounting hardware and techniques to ensure secure installation. Regularly inspect surge protection devices for any signs of damage, such as cracks, dents, or discoloration. Replace any devices that show signs of damage. Consider using surge protection devices that are designed to be used in conjunction with a lightning protection system. This can provide additional protection against direct lightning strikes. When selecting surge protection devices, consider the cost of the devices in relation to the value of the equipment being protected. Choose devices that provide an appropriate level of protection for the investment. Remember that surge protection is not a one-time solution. It is an ongoing process that requires regular maintenance and updates. Stay informed about the latest surge protection technologies and best practices to ensure that your equipment is always protected. Consider using surge protection devices that are designed to be compatible with smart home systems. These devices can be integrated into your smart home network and controlled remotely. When installing surge protection devices, ensure that they are properly documented in the building's electrical plans. This will help future electricians and technicians understand the surge protection system and maintain it properly. Consider using surge protection devices that are designed to be used in conjunction with a generator. This can provide additional protection against power surges and voltage fluctuations during generator operation. When selecting surge protection devices, consider the availability of replacement parts. Choose devices for which replacement parts are readily available so that you can easily repair or replace the devices if they fail. Remember that surge protection is an important investment that can protect your video equipment and prevent costly damage. Take the time to select and install the appropriate surge protection devices for your needs. Furthermore, keep in mind that if any modifications or changes are made to the electrical system, the surge protection devices should be re-evaluated to ensure they still provide adequate protection. When installing coaxial surge protection devices, ensure that the connector is properly tightened to prevent signal loss and maintain a good connection. Consider using a torque wrench to ensure that the connector is tightened to the correct specification. When selecting surge protection devices, consider the response time of the device. The response time is the time it takes for the device to begin diverting surge current. Choose devices with a fast response time to provide the best possible protection. Consider using surge protection devices that are designed to be used in conjunction with a power conditioner. This can help to filter out noise and voltage fluctuations from the power supply, providing cleaner power to your video equipment. When installing surge protection devices, ensure that they are properly grounded to the building's grounding electrode system. This is essential for providing a low impedance path for surge current to flow to ground. Use a grounding electrode conductor of the appropriate size and material, as specified by the electrical code. Remember that surge protection is an important part of a comprehensive electrical safety plan. It should be considered along with other safety measures, such as grounding, bonding, and overcurrent protection. Consider using surge protection devices that are designed to be used in conjunction with a transient voltage surge suppressor, or TVSS. A TVSS is a device that is designed to protect against transient voltage surges, which are short-duration, high-voltage spikes that can damage electronic equipment. When selecting surge protection devices, consider the maximum continuous operating volts, or MOCOV, rating of the device. The MOCOV is the maximum voltage that the device can continuously withstand without being damaged. Choose devices with a MOCOV rating that is appropriate for the voltage of the electrical system. Remember to consult with a qualified electrician or electrical engineer to determine the appropriate surge protection requirements for your specific application. They can help you select the right devices and install them correctly.